Hello, Rachel. It seems you've been quite occupied lately. Could you please explain to me what's happening?
Wait, what? I'm not following you. How's it going?
Don't try to deceive me. I observed you with Charles earlier today. You were walking together with Charles, weren't you? Don't deny that you had your arm around him. How could you?
Honestly, I'm lost here. What's going on? You must be mistaken. I wasn't even out this morning.
Charles, that guy. He lied to me, claiming he spent last night drinking with his friend. Don't deny it. I saw you both walking together, arms linked. I'm certain because he wore the same clothes from last night.
Well, I guess we've been caught. It took you quite a while to figure it out.
Rachel, you need to clarify things right now. What's happening? I can't even wrap my head around what you're doing. Rachel, are you actually having an affair with my fiancé? How could you?
I apologize, Helen. There's no more to it. That's exactly what's happening.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Well, initially, we were just spending Charlie's together. We didn't plan for any of this. Then one day, we coincidentally met at a bar I frequent. And we ended up drinking till morning. I wasn't thinking of anything like this. But we continued hanging out, and I started developing feelings for him. After all that, we genuinely care for each other. This is real.
Hold on, both of you are actually in love? This isn't just a fling? I can't believe it, this is cheating. How long has this been going on? Tell me the truth.
Well, that depends on how you see it. I'd say it's been around a year since we started being together. We even celebrated our 1-year anniversary with a date recently.
Unbelievable. You've been having an affair with my fiancé for over a year? This is insane. Do you realize what you're doing? You're having an affair with Charles, my fiancé.
I understand, but could you keep this from Mom and Dad? Do they really need to know? It would crush them if they found out about us.
Seriously? There's no way I can tell them. Can I just tell our parents that their youngest daughter is having an affair with her sister's fiancé? I'm furious. I was about to introduce him to them. How could you do this?
Don't be like that. Think of it as a fortunate accident. You found out about us before introducing him to our parents. Now you don't need to explain everything to them.
You're the worst. I can't believe my own sister. You're shameless, you know that?
Look, I'm not the villain here. This is actually your fault. Just so you know, I'll be the one taking Charles. It's logical. He admitted he prefers me over you, so there's no point in arguing. Move on.
Charles, explain yourself immediately. What on earth is happening? You and my sister have been having an affair for over a year? What were you thinking? You're cheating on me, your fiancé, with my sister.
Now, just calm down, Helen. Take a moment to breathe. Can you blame me? Any guy in the world would choose your sister over you. It's a clear choice.
Unbelievable. How dare you? We were engaged.
I mean, come on, for one, you don't have a job, and second, you're 30 years old. Anyone would naturally prefer Yvonne over you. It's just logical. So, relax a bit. You're making a big deal out of this.
What in the world? Everyone would choose my sister over me? And did you just call me an old woman? Don't you even dare call me an unemployed 30-year-old. 30 is still young.
Are there any other 30-year-olds without a job? I understand. The company went bankrupt a year ago. And you were laid off, but you can't use that as an excuse. You didn't even attempt to find another job. You simply stayed at home, watching Netflix. You made no effort whatsoever. So, tell me, am I wrong? You're an unemployed woman. Just like I said.
What nonsense. Yes, I was unemployed, but I wasn't idly watching Netflix. I told you I wasn't job hunting because I was studying for a certification, remember? I didn't want to end up in the same situation again. That's why I was studying. What's the problem with that? With the certification, I can secure a job. We talked about this already, didn't we?
So what? It's absurd. You're already 30. It's too late to get a new certification for work. It doesn't matter what certification you get. Being 30 is a significant disadvantage. You won't find a job. A year after you were let go and after attempting to get certified, you failed, didn't you? You said you were trying really hard to find a job, but you couldn't. That's why you were insisting on being a housewife, right? You weren't qualified for anything else. You can't deny it. Clearly, you wanted to be a housewife because you couldn't find a job. And you were trying to use marriage to hide that fact. If I were going to support a housewife, I wouldn't pick someone as old as you. I'd choose someone younger and cuter. So, that's that. I've already decided to marry your sister. We're finished.
How can you be so heartless? You'll regret this. I thought you would support me while I was struggling. You were supposed to be my rock.
Oh, don't worry. I'll still cheer you on, but as Yvonne's husband.
You'll what? Spare me your pity. What do you take me for?
Come on, don't be like that. No need to get overly emotional. I'll even lend a hand. Next, Charlize, I'll introduce you to someone more suitable. We can call it even, can't we?
Introduce me to someone? What a joke. Forget it. I don't need sympathy from you.
Don't be so uptight. I'm trying to help. You're jobless. You're 30. There's little hope. You should accept my offer to introduce you.
You're incredibly full of yourself.
Come on, it'll be alright. You'll be thankful. Just wait and see. I'll introduce you to a decent guy I know. You're a perfect match. He's my classmate from high school. We met again at a recent reunion, and he just quit his job, so he's unemployed too. Look, he's just like you.
You're unbelievable. You're truly despicable. Just because we're both jobless. You're not only despicable to me but to your classmate as well.
What would someone like you understand? Marriage is for those who are compatible, otherwise, it won't work out. So, I thought about who could be right for you and considered introducing him to you.
You're something else, aren't you? You're quite something, calling me that. I'm reflecting on my past relationship by attempting to set her up with someone else. I'm quite a kind soul.
Who me, a failure? Yeah, right. I'm taking Charlize to think about my ex-girlfriend by trying to set her up with someone else. I'm a really generous guy.
Whatever. You're impossible. How could I have ever considered marrying you? Don't ever show your face to me again.
Hi, Helen. Long Charlie's no see. How have you been?
I was doing fine until your message came in. Now my mood has soured.
Well, anyway, it looks like you're doing well. So, any plans for the end of next month? My wedding is coming up. Would you consider joining us?
Are you being serious right now?
Absolutely. You're my sister, so of course, I'd extend an invitation. Will you give us your blessing?
Oh sure, as if I'd attend the wedding of the sister who took my fiancé. Count me out, no way I'm going.
Aww. Don't be like that, sis. I can't imagine my wedding without you. We've both moved on, you know. It's all history now. Even mom and dad don't know about your past relationship. What will they think if you're not there? It would be weird if you didn't show up.
I couldn't care less about what they think. Tell them I have work that day. I'm not going, and that's final.
Just come and give us your blessing. You're my only sister after all. We wouldn't have met if not for you. You played Cupid for us. You're precious to me. No one can replace you. It would break my heart if you didn't come.
How can you even say that with a straight face? What's wrong with you? I'm the reason you two got together, remember?
Well, that's true, right? I want everyone to know you're the reason we met and are getting married. Please, I'm asking nicely. Just come to the wedding, please.
I already said no. How many Charleses do I need to repeat it? After Charles and I broke up, I decided to cut ties with both of you. Who would bless a pair like you?
You distance yourself from your own dear sister.
Given what you did to me, obviously.
Fine, I understand. This is the last Charlize I'll talk to you about it. After the wedding, we won't bother you again. That'll be the end of it.
You're determined to have me at your wedding, huh?
Absolutely. Why not? I can't wait to show my happiness to you.
You little.
I went through the trouble of getting Charles, after all. I want to display our happiness after I won him. It would be the old Charles VIII satisfaction. If I don't do that, the wedding is pointless.
Are you out of your mind? What's going on in your head right now?
I meant every word. At least come to the wedding reception, then cut us off if you want. I want to show off as much as possible.
Well, if you insist. I'll attend the reception with my husband, if that's okay.
Wait, you're what? You're married? Since when?
Since you're so insistent, fine, I'll come. Remember your promise to leave me alone after this. My husband and I will attend your wedding, and that's it.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean, you'll come with your husband? What husband?
I don't want to attend your wedding alone, so my husband will be there. Can you understand that? If I'm with my husband, I'll have the strength to attend. So, if that's settled, put us down for the wedding.
Huh? What are you talking about? Your only husband? What do you mean by that? Are you okay? You're not on any dangerous drugs, are you? You're not hallucinating due to some dangerous substances, are you?
What are you even talking about? Are you on drugs? I don't know what strange ideas you have, but my husband is real. Thank you.
Oh my god, this has to be a joke. No way. I can't stop laughing.
Laughing? Have I said something funny?
Yeah, you did. How could you have a husband? A lonely 30-year-old hag whose fiancé was stolen by her younger sister. There's just no way you'd be married. Who are you trying to bring to my wedding? It better not be some kind of male escort.
Get off your high horse. Like I said, I'll be bringing my husband. I might be a 30-year-old woman, but I already submitted my wedding registration the other day.
You submitted your wedding registration yesterday? What do you mean yesterday? Wait, you're actually serious?
He's like a match made in heaven. He's just perfect. We have so much in common. We like the same things and have the same goals in life. It's wonderful. We're both at that age. So we decided I didn't need to introduce him to mom and dad before getting married. Besides, it's kind of annoying, so we put it off for later. Long story short, surprise. I'm married.
You can't be serious. That's impossible. You can't be married. Did you really just marry some random person out of desperation? You're too funny. I'm literally rolling on the floor laughing. It's just too much.
I don't care what you have to say. So, keep it to yourself and keep your mouth shut. It doesn't matter what you say anyway. I finally found someone who appreciates me for who I am, and we're happily married now. That's all that matters.
You can drop the act now. There's no point in lying. If you marry some random person all of a sudden like that, your marriage is bound to have trouble. You two are probably going to live in some shabby apartment without a bath, right?
Actually, you couldn't be further from the truth. We have a condo on the top floor of a high-rise. Speaking of, we just finished moving into the condo. We're going to start unpacking and setting up the place. It's going to be great. You have to come see it once we finish.
Wait, did you just say a condo? It's in a high-rise too.
You should see the bathroom, it's amazing. You wouldn't believe how big it is. This condo is amazing.
No way. You're lying. How? How could someone like you be living in a place like that? You don't deserve to live in luxury.
It doesn't matter what you say. This is just how things turned out for me. All I can say is that my husband prepared everything and got us this gorgeous place.
He can afford all of it?
Well, yeah. He's on the board of administrators for the company. Even before that, he was working on his side business while working at the company. So he has money. After all that hard work he put in, he was able to save and finally gained enough experience and money to do what he wanted. He decided to leave his job at his previous company and start his own enterprise. Now, he's setting up this new mansion with an office space to work in too. It's really wonderful.
There's just no way. I mean, all that, and he married you? You've got to be kidding. You're saying the man you married is an administrator? If he started the business, then you mean he's the CEO? OMG.
He's the CEO, but right now it's just him working.
Wait, slow down. I don't get it. How did this all happen? How did you manage to marry such a man?
Well, we would have never met if it wasn't for you. If you never took Charles away from me, I'd probably be in your situation now. Now, thanks to you, I'm living a life of luxury. I can't thank Charles enough either. He introduced me to David, even though he was being difficult about it. Really, I'm so grateful to you both.
Charles introduced the two of you? Charles didn't know anyone like that. Why would he introduce the two of you?
That's right. It was all thanks to Charles. He introduced me to David as an apology for breaking up with me. Thankfully, David was a much better person than Charles will ever be.
You're lying. He wouldn't introduce someone like that to you. There's just no way he would. How? Seriously, what the hell is going on? I had never heard about any of this. Not him introducing you to anyone, or him knowing someone like your husband.
Do you mind telling Charles as well? I have to thank him. His classmate is a wonderful person and a perfect match for me, just like he said. I can't wait to see you both at the wedding. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, Helen. Just got a call from Rachel. What's happening? Did you guys seriously tie the knot? I introduced you both as a joke. And to top it off, he's a CEO.
Excuse me, could you please be more polite? He goes by the name David, you know. Show some respect.
Is this for real? How did this even occur? You're kidding, he can't be a CEO. Impossible. He said he was jobless when we reconnected at the reunion.
Well, technically, he had just left his job when you reconnected. He ventured into his own business after that.
Hold on, you're serious?
Since high school, he resented being called shorty by you and your pals. He wanted to prove you all wrong. He's been working hard ever since to better himself. Also, unlike you, he stands by his word as a true man.
What was that you said?
I've heard his side of the story regarding you. During school, you and your buddies bullied him incessantly. Names like Shorty, Fatty, and even Mama's Boy were thrown at him. Frankly, you're quite despicable. Did you know that? The bullying left him scarred.
It wasn't just me. Others picked on him too. The whole class ridiculed him.
That simplifies things. How about spreading the word to all your friends and former classmates? Now that we're married, don't even think about mistreating him again. He's more of a man than you'll ever encounter. We'll lead a happy life together.
But how? How did you even end up with someone like him? I don't get it. How are you two even compatible? I gave you his contact as a half joke, just for laughs. How did you escalate to marriage?
Oh. Regretting your past advice? Weren't you the one who suggested we were a perfect match due to our shared unemployment? What's wrong with marrying after finding common ground and realizing we're a perfect fit?
Shut it. You're so irritating. Don't get cocky just because he's a CEO. Even if you're living the high life, he'll toss you aside once he's bored. You're a 30-year-old, and he'll treat you like trash, just like I did.
Well, he might be wealthy, but I can stand on my own. I've got my career. After we parted ways, I pursued my certification to be self-reliant. He's okay with me assisting his company too.
You work for him?
I was an assistant in the accounting department before. But I studied and certified myself after my previous job went under. I'm a certified accountant.
An accountant?
I'm currently employed at a great company, and soon I'll aid David's firm. He was thrilled when I mentioned working as his partner. He vowed support in every possible way. Impressive, isn't he?
No. Hold on, you'd be his business partner? How? There's no way you were studying accounting. You never informed me about this.
Oh, yes I did. You'd have known if you paid attention during our Charlies together. You were probably busy cheating with my sister. My words likely went in one ear and out the other.
I would have remembered hearing something like that.
Water under the bridge now. Best wishes with my sister. My husband and I will see both of you at the finish line.
What on earth? Your husband is just. How is it possible that someone as handsome and intelligent as him is your husband?
What's the matter? Is he to your liking?
He's completely different from what Charles described to me. He assured me that I had nothing to worry about. David was supposed to be some short, overweight guy. But he's so sophisticated, and his appearance. Don't even get me started. His face is precisely what I find attractive.
His grooming is impeccable, right? He's flawless. David was under so much stress when he started his new company that he let himself go a bit and gained some weight. However, once he began focusing on his company, his stress melted away. He shed the weight and now he looks stunning, doesn't he?
It's not just that, he's shorter than Charles, yet taller than me. But wait, height isn't the issue. It's his wealth. He's wealthy. It's not fair that you're married to him.
Your true colors are showing quite quickly, aren't they?
Come on, Helen, seriously. How about we swap husbands, huh? I'll return Charles to you. You can have him.
Wait, what?
You were initially supposed to marry Charles, right? There's no issue if you marry him now, right?
You must be joking. There's no way I'd ever take Charles back.
I want to be the wife of a CEO. That should be me, not you. So please, take Charles back and let me have David. You can go ahead and reclaim Charles. I'm certain David would prefer me anyway. I'm way younger and more attractive than you.
Your confidence knows no bounds, does it? Have you considered that he might not want you?
Me? He'd never reject me. Don't act all self-assured just because you've finally landed a job. You might have one now, but just a few weeks ago you were an unemployed nobody.
What in the world?
There's no way I'd lose to you. So, let's trade places, all right? Let me have that CEO husband of yours.
Sure, that's a real possibility. Someone without anything substantial to offer doesn't stand a chance.
What are you implying?
You can hear it directly from him. He told me himself. He said, "Why would I pursue a young 20-something when I could have you?"
No way!
How unfortunate. You lost to someone like me. David picked me.
You're lying. Did he truly say that? He wouldn't choose you over me. How could he select someone like you over someone like me?
It's exactly as I said. He'd rather be with someone like me. He said he admired that despite her company going bankrupt, she worked hard to get certified and make a living. He prefers someone with more ambition rather than someone fixated on youth.
He wouldn't do that.
You've heard it straight from David. He wants me. So enjoy your Charlies with Charles. I hope you're content. David and I will live happily ever after. Goodbye for now. Following that, I removed Rachel's and Charles's contacts from my phone and blocked them. David shared the same since Charles isn't. He won't be attending another class reunion. He felt let down by the lack of personal growth among his classmates over Charlie's. After we both purged their contacts, it appears they engaged in a minor quarrel. Their self-righteous attitudes seemed to suit both of them well. Rachel initiated pushing Charles to aim for a better salary. Charles responded by asserting that her former good looks hold no value now, and she should find employment. Evidently, they're embroiled in daily fights and frequently make divorce threats. Interestingly, my parents are still unaware of the details of our fallout. They were boasting to her about our condominium and the dinner that David and I hosted for them. Upon hearing the heaps of praise from our parents, my younger sister broke down. Over the phone, she sobbed and cried her heart out. Poetic justice, indeed.